Have you ever wondered why some people can try a drug once and walk away, while others become hopelessly addicted? It's a question that has puzzled many for years, and the answer is far from simple. It's a muddled mix of biology, psychology, and environment. Let's start with the biological factors. Science has made strides in understanding the role of genetics in addiction. Some individuals possess a genetic predisposition that makes them more susceptible to addiction. Yet it's crucial to remember that genes are not destiny. They merely nudge the odds, they don't determine the outcome. Moving on to psychology, our minds play a significant role in addiction. Many individuals who fall into the grip of addiction struggle with mental health issues. Anxiety, depression, and other disorders can make the allure of escape through substances intensely powerful. The substance becomes a coping mechanism, a way to momentarily silence the inner turmoil. But it's not just about what's happening inside us. Our environment, our society, our interactions, they all play a pivotal role too. Stress, poverty, trauma, these social factors can push people towards substances as a means of coping. The environment can either serve as a protective shield or a pushing force towards addiction. So, you see, addiction is not just about the substance, it's about a complex interplay of genetic makeup, mental health, and environmental influences. It's about understanding that the substance is not the villain of the story, but a tool used by the real villain, the underlying issues that drive a person towards it. And it's here that we find the key to understanding addiction. It's not a moral failing or a lack of willpower. It's not about being strong or weak. It's a complex issue that requires empathy, understanding, and a multifaceted approach to address. Addiction isn't just about the substance used, it's about the person using it. As we delve deeper into this topic, we'll explore the psychology of addiction, the road to recovery, and the power of support. So stay with us as we navigate this intricate issue. What role does psychology play in addiction? Well, let's dive in. Addiction is not simply a matter of willpower or moral weakness. It's a complex interplay of psychological factors that can influence a person's susceptibility to substance abuse and addiction. At the core of this is emotional pain. Many people turn to substances as a way to cope with feelings of sadness, anger, loneliness, or trauma. It's a form of self-medication, an attempt to numb the pain and escape from reality. Stress, too, plays a significant role. Chronic stress, whether from work, relationships, or life circumstances, can lead to a state of constant tension and anxiety. This can create a powerful urge to seek relief, often in the form of drugs or alcohol. The substances provide a temporary reprieve, but in the long run, they only exacerbate the problem, setting up a vicious cycle of dependence and addiction. Mental health disorders are another key factor. Conditions such as depression, bipolar disorder, anxiety disorders, and schizophrenia often co-occur with substance abuse. It's a two-way street. On one hand, these disorders can lead to substance use as a way to self-medicate. On the other hand, substance use can exacerbate these disorders, leading to a worsening of symptoms and a deepening of addiction. Experts in the field of addiction psychology have shed light on these connections. They emphasize that addressing these underlying psychological issues is crucial in treating addiction. It's not enough to simply detox and abstain. The emotional pain, the stress, the mental health disorders, these need to be addressed in therapy, counseling, and other forms of psychological treatment. Understanding the psychological aspects of addiction can help us to better support those who are struggling. It's about empathy, compassion, and a holistic approach to treatment. It's about recognizing that addiction is not a choice, but a disease that can be treated and from which recovery is possible. Let's remember this as we continue our exploration of the psychology of addiction and recovery. Understanding the psychological aspects of addiction can help us to better support those who are struggling. Recovery isn't simply about quitting, but about rebuilding a life. Imagine a home that's been damaged by a storm. It's not enough to just clear away the debris. You have to rebuild the house, and sometimes that means redesigning it from the ground up. That's what recovery from addiction is like. It's a process of redesigning your life, from your self-concept to the way you handle stress, to the relationships you maintain. Imagine your self-concept as the foundation of your house. In addiction, that foundation is often shaky, built on negative beliefs like, "I'm not good enough," or "I can't handle life without drugs." Recovery involves rebuilding that foundation with healthier beliefs. It's about learning to see yourself not as an addict, but as a person with the strength and resilience to overcome addiction. Now, consider the walls of your house as your coping mechanisms. In addiction, these walls are often built from substance use. When stress or negative emotions hit, the walls crumble and the house falls into chaos. In recovery, you learn to build stronger walls with healthier coping mechanisms. You learn to deal with stress and emotions without reaching for a substance. It's like learning to weather a storm without your house falling apart. Finally, imagine the people in your life as the furniture in your house. In addiction, relationships often get damaged. Trust is broken and connections are strained. But in recovery, you have the chance to repair and rebuild these relationships. You learn to apologize, to make amends, and to rebuild trust. It's like fixing broken furniture and making your house a home again. Recovery experts often describe this process as a journey. It's not a straight path, and there are often bumps and detours along the way. But every step you take, every change you make, brings you closer to a healthier, happier life. Recovery is not a destination, but a journey. How important is support in the process of recovery? Let's delve deeper into this question. When it comes to battling addiction, the journey is rarely a solitary one. The support of others, be it from support groups, therapists, or loved ones, can make the road to recovery significantly less daunting. This support becomes the scaffolding that holds up the structure of recovery, reinforcing it when the going gets tough. Let's talk about support groups. These are safe spaces where individuals can share experiences, learn from others, and realize that they are not alone in their struggle. Hearing the stories of those who have walked the same path can be immensely empowering. It's like having a torchlight in a darkened forest, illuminating the way forward. Therapy, on the other hand, provides a more personalized approach. Therapists or counselors are skilled professionals trained to help individuals understand and navigate their emotions, behaviors, and thought processes. They can provide strategies and tools to cope with cravings, stress, and other triggers. It's like having a personal guide through the intricate maze of recovery, helping you avoid pitfalls and move forward. Then we have the role of loved ones. Friends and family can offer emotional support that is irreplaceable. Their unwavering faith and constant encouragement can be the wind beneath the wings of those in recovery. They are the cheerleaders on the sidelines, providing love and motivation even when the game seems tough. Now, let's hear from the experts. They've seen countless recoveries and understand the intricacies of this journey. They tell us that these forms of support are not just nice to have, but essential. They reinforce the fact that each person's journey is unique, and the right support can turn the tide in the battle against addiction. So we see the power of support in the recovery process is immense. It's like the roots of a tree, providing the strength and stability needed to withstand the storm. It's what keeps individuals grounded, focused, and motivated to continue their journey toward sobriety. No one recovers from addiction alone. Can someone truly recover from addiction? This question, often punctuated with doubt and despair, reverberates in the minds of those grappling with addiction and their loved ones. But let's dispel this cloud of uncertainty with a resounding yes. Yes, recovery is not only possible but also a reality for countless individuals who have walked this path before. Let's delve into the tales of triumph, stories of individuals who have successfully emerged from the grip of addiction. Each of these stories is a beacon of hope, a testament to human resilience and the power of change. Consider the story of a woman, once lost in the depths of substance abuse, who emerged from her struggle to become a successful entrepreneur. Today, she uses her experience to guide and inspire others on their journey to recovery. Or think about the man who, after years of battling alcoholism, found solace in art. His paintings, a vivid depiction of his journey, have become a source of inspiration for many. These stories of transformation are not outliers. They are a testament to the fact that change is possible, that one can move from a place of despair to a platform of hope and success. The journey to recovery may be arduous, but it is one that is peppered with moments of triumph and growth. Listen to the experts, the psychologists, therapists, and recovery coaches who work with those battling addiction. They will tell you that recovery is not a myth but a tangible, achievable goal. Their words echo the same sentiment. Recovery is a journey, a process, and it is certainly possible. So, to those who find themselves in the throes of addiction or those who are currently on the path to recovery, remember that you are not alone. There are countless stories of individuals who have walked this path and emerged stronger and more resilient. You too can author your own story of change and transformation. Recovery is possible, and there is always hope for a better future.